Hey there, welcome to today's video. Let me jump right in there. Alright, let's get started. A lot has been happening with the stock of Vinco Ventures, BBIG, with claims from the stock analysts hinting at the potential of the stock to rise, almost as high as its all-time high. But how is that possible? How and why can the Vinco Ventures stock rise? And will it get to a $10 high? Vinco Ventures Incorporated is a company located in Europe, North America, and the Asian Pacific. It is into research and development for consumer products, and also the manufacturing of those products. Vinco Ventures is also into the sales of these products and fulfillment, making them an all-around company that's actively participating from product design to final delivery to consumers. But before we go any further into BBIG's future, don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. It would really mean a lot to me. Thanks a lot, my friend. In 2021, the company took a little detour. We can look at it as the company's way of keeping up with the technology trend. Not just any tech trend, but the blockchain technology trend and the flourishing NFT market. Vinco Ventures was not, like most companies, who dabbled with a basic NFT. It ventured into movie soundtrack streaming with NFTs. Amazing, right? This one action brought lots of good tidings to the company, but most especially, Vinco Ventures witnessed the price of its shares soaring high. There were other reasons for the increase in their stock price aside from this action. The hype was driven by social media around meme stocks, which boosted their stock price. Then there is the Vinco Ventures short interest, which has played a considerable part in triggering a very speculative but interesting play of the stock price. But then, Vinco Ventures' stock price increase and favorable days could not be sustained for a long time. Analysts believe these to be a result of the company's bleak stock foundation. Others believe otherwise. Let's take a closer look at what we have now. In September of 2021, Vinco Ventures' stock price was up as high as $12.49, which happens to be the stock's 52-week high, about 98.6% increase in the stock price from the previous year. But at the time of producing this video, the stock traded at $3.38, which is a 13.8% increase from the previous day's stock market price, which closed at $2.97. In case you didn't notice, this is almost a 31% plummet. If history is to repeat itself, as it is with most stocks, then the Vinco Ventures stock price can and will soar till it hits $10, and if not more, even higher than its 52-week high. The September and August of 2021 saw Vinco Ventures stock reach heights as high as 272%. Aside from the factors mentioned above, there were other key players in this meteoric rise. One important one is a short squeeze. Many stock enthusiasts might not be aware of this, especially if they're following stocks that have never encountered this. But if you've been following Vinco stock, then you know how a short squeeze became popular with the stock in 2021. It started with retail stock traders around the world who went into stock investing and trading in large masses. This was mostly because of the coronavirus-induced stay-at-home orders that affected the globe. Then, in 2021, the short squeeze caused Vinco Ventures stock to get as high as $12.49. But before it could achieve that, several inherent characteristics and stats needed to align for the stock to become a good fit for a short squeeze. Luckily for the Vinco Ventures stock, over the past few months, none of these characteristics nor stats have changed. This means that the Vinco Ventures stock is properly positioned to hit a $10 price, or perhaps surpass its high of $12.49 before 2022 runs out. Let us quickly take a look at these characteristics and statistics that are responsible for the short squeeze appeal of Vinco Ventures, and how soon the next one can be. One of the statistics to look out for to determine the possibility of a stock short squeeze is the short interest of the stock. In case you don't know what that is, it is the total sum of the floating stocks, which are available shares ready for trading, and the total number of insider and institutional ownership. In the above three categories just mentioned, Vinco Ventures stock ranks pretty high in them. So high that it shows a promising future. The Vinco Ventures float or share available for trading is, to an extent, relatively small, at almost 127.99 million shares. When it comes to the total number of insider and institutional ownership, about 24.86% are held by them. A high percentage of the Vinco Ventures stock float is held short, and they measure about 24.88 million, which is different from the 28.58 million in November and the 30.38 million at the beginning of 2022. These figures put the stock in the right position to reach $10. Then again, there's the possibility that Vinco Ventures stock might have landed for itself a key support level at the beginning of 2022, which presents the stock with a number of other pretty bullish signals. Another reason why the Vinco stock can hit the $10 price is due to the stock's relative strength index, which has maintained a 31% to 35% range since December 2021. And with a relative strength index above 30%, that means the stock is a buy. More buy equals more demand, which equals more profit and an accompanying increase in stock prices. The beauty of the small capital digital marketing company, Vinco Ventures' short appeal is that it draws the attention of its investors and stock analysts. Not only that, it is on stock short sellers' radar. The main reason could be a result of the company's strong and aggressive acquisition model, which is concerned with acquiring fast-growing and innovative digital businesses. This has aided the company's stock price in a way that is beneficial to both the company and its investors. For instance, just in 2022 alone, the price of the Vinco Ventures holding company share has risen above $5, which is almost, if not more, than double the price when the year started. The amazing thing was, the stock was able to do that in a matter of a few weeks. How incredible is that? More can be seen in Vinco Ventures data and perhaps the stock's play on short appeal. The Vinco Ventures stock has an amazing history of short squeezes, which is indicative that the stock is very sensitive to that concept. At this point, we agree with this, right? But did you know that most investors who happen to be short sellers have been heavily betting against the Vinco Ventures stock as far back as May 2021, when the stock first experienced a short interest above 20%? Is that a good or a bad thing? Let's find out. In the stock market, there are lots of signals that could tell the possibility of a stock doing well or otherwise. One such signal is the fundamentals of the company and also what the market thinks. These two factors are key drivers of a company's stock price. In the case of Vinco Ventures fundamentals, here's what the stock market and investors think. They believe that the company has a short interest, which is more than 10%. It indicates a warning sign for bearishness in terms of Vinco Ventures fundamentals. Now, if a few other factors come to a sequential and coordinated play, it could lead the Vinco Ventures stock on the edge of another short squeeze. Come to think of it, in October and September of 2021, the Vinco Ventures stock experienced a short squeeze with an outstandingly high level of short interest at 28% and 26% respectively. These levels have not remained almost at the same level as they had been before, and there's a great possibility for them to increase. However, recent data, according to Yahoo Finance, show the company's stock float at the time of producing this video is currently shorted by 13.75%, which is different from the 16.69% documented by Ortex. These minimal floats and high volumes of Vinco Ventures stock can push the stock price to $10 or more. At a modest 127.99 million shares, the float of Vinco Ventures stock is considered minimal and is one of the factors that makes it a good candidate for a short squeeze. Also, again, there is the Vinco Ventures average daily volume of shares in the past 10 days, leveling at 32.58 million. This shows that the stock shares trade daily at approximately 30 to 35%. Then there's the fact that some of the Vinco Ventures stock floats are owned by institutions, about 18.10% of it, while almost 9% are owned by insiders, meaning that the majority of Vinco Ventures stock is owned and held by individual stock investors. The beauty of short squeezes is that they need more than just very short interest to happen. In fact, more factors collide to produce a short squeeze. One such factor is an increase in Vinco Ventures stock trading volume. There are many ways for this to happen, but the most popular ways are through catalysts that are connected to the fundamentals of the stock and the hype from social media. These factors need to be in place for a successful short squeeze to happen. Not just to happen, but for the shorts to also cover the expected positions. When it comes to Vinco Ventures stock, all these are in place. If its short interest continues growing and it's accompanied by increased trading volume, then there is hope for the stock to hit and perhaps exceed $10 in the not-too-distant future. Always bear in mind that short squeeze stock price movements are usually fast and timely. So as an investor or trader, to take advantage of this, you need to be extremely careful when dealing with it. Not just the Vinco Ventures stock, but any other extremely volatile stock in your stock investment portfolio. One characteristic of these kinds of stocks is their ability to go out of sync with their stock history, which is the case with Vinco Ventures. You might never know. I can't talk about Vinco Ventures without talking about the recent hype about Vinco Ventures' spin-off crypto company, Cryptide, which to a great extent boosted the revenue of the company by almost 19%. The company, which is now a public entity, took with it Vinco Ventures packaging services, its Bitcoin mining services, and most significantly, the Web3 decentralized internet product businesses. These businesses are expected to set the company on a very competitive path with other emerging crypto companies. Let's see how far it will go. Let's also not forget how Vinco Ventures has ventured into the world of crypto, and combining this with the short squeezes, we soon expect the stock to hit a high of $10. Like we would always advise with very volatile stocks, extreme caution should be exercised when including them in your portfolio. Yes, the idea of gaining from the next short squeeze is tempting, but don't forget the stock fundamentals don't support the possibility of a 2021 short squeeze to above $12 ever happening again. But there's no harm in keeping your fingers crossed. But the fact the stock has an extremely speculative nature because it lacks Wall Street analyst coverage and profitability doesn't mean it can't reach $10. On the contrary, it can. The company's Lomotif app, of which it owns about 80% of the shares, competes almost favorably with TikTok and shows the potential of becoming the next TikTok, especially in India, where TikTok is banned. As interesting as this is, it would take quite a time for Lomotif to be as popular as TikTok, or even reach TikTok market share. When that happens, it will be so easy for Vinco Ventures stock to hit $10. So what do you think? Is Vinco Ventures stock a good buy? Would it ever hit a $10 price? If it can, how high can it go? Do well to let us know in the comments section below. If you liked the video, then go ahead and click on the thumbs up, subscribe, and the bell icon to get notified of our new and upcoming videos. You can also check out our other videos. Goodbye!